I'm here today, and the only reason I'm here today is because the new Blend Bunny Cosmetics, the Sugar and Grunge palette, just showed at my door, and I'm here to tell you guys all about this. You guys want to see what the color story is, price point, launch point, everything about this palette? Well, then definitely keep watching. Okay guys, so I know I originally told you I would not be here today because I had an interview this morning, but this baby showed up right here, and you guys know how much I love Blend Bunny Cosmetics so much. I literally reviewed their very first palette. I have not missed a product review for them ever, and I'm so excited because this bad boy showed up right here. So we're gonna go ahead and dive straight on in, and then I can talk to you guys about like my day later on. But this is the new Blend Bunny Cosmetics. This is the Sugar and Grunge palette. This is going to be 24 shades for the 90s sweetheart. Now, this actually does launch this Friday, June 30th at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This does retail for $41, and you guys can use code Allie, save you guys 10% off. But let me go ahead and show you guys what this palette's all about. Ready? So this is the new Blend Bunny Cosmetics Sugar and Grunge palette. You guys are going to have those mix of pastels, those grungy colors, those beautiful shimmers, those deep bold colors. This is a gorgeous palette. Now, I'm not going to lie to you guys, I was born in 1989, so I did grow up in the 90s, but obviously I was a child in the 90s, so for me, I don't really have any makeup memories in terms of like how people did their makeup. Now, I used to wear like lip smuckers and like those little roller stuff and be like, I'm in the flavor. But like, I really don't remember too much of the 90s. So I really can't tell you like, are these the exact colors, like, are these exactly like color schemes? But I would assume it is. What I love though, honestly, is the shade names. The shade names are such a throwback. Like you have Skater Girl, Payphone, you have 1995, Mixtape, Detention. I was really good. I only got one detention in my entire life, and it's because I talked back to a teacher in 8th grade, but it was worth it. But then we also have like baggy jeans and flannel and Runaway and Teen Spirit, like Smells Like a Teen Spirit, and like Don't Speak, I Know What You're Thinking. Okay, then we have like Prom Queen. Like we have such throwbacks with this palette. I'm so excited to dive right in. There's gonna be 24 shades. I do love Blend Bunny Cosmetics formula so much. Formula at Blend Bunny, if you guys have never tried it, it is one of the best formulas out there. Not only are the mattes so blendable, but they're super pigmented, and I feel like they're so easy to begin with. Sometimes I swear that these mattes just put themselves on your eye and just go poof, blended. And then their shimmers are just creamy and buttery and have such longevity. And what I really do appreciate about Blend Bunny Cosmetics is how each palette does have a different type of layout. Sometimes the shimmers on the top, sometimes the shimmers are on the bottom. And the way they lay these out is to make it super easy to create a really easy eye look. Now, I do want you guys know, I don't know if it's still available now, but they are discontinuing the Primal palette, so it is 50% off if you guys want to get your hands on it. I highly suggest you guys do so, and I think my code works on top. Not entirely sure, but I'm excited. We're gonna go ahead and dive right on in. I'm gonna do two different eye looks today. I'm gonna do like a sweetheart eye look and then like a grunge eye look. So let's get you guys zoomed on in. Honestly, I don't even know how the intro went. I kind of just went something a little bit different than I normally do, and it completely threw me off. Now, granted, I always said I want to do different intros because, you know, we got to keep things spicy, but I literally threw myself off. So if this video is thrown off, all right, so we're gonna do a sugar and then a grunge look right here. So I'm gonna go into the shade called Detention, something I've only had once in my life, and it was because I was in 8th grade. We had a math teacher, me and my childhood best friend, and this math teacher was always so incredibly rude, like so incredibly rude. And she used to talk down to students, and you could tell she hated her freaking job. And there was a day that she was berating me, her, and several other students. So I talked back. I could not help myself. I literally talked back. Now, I have been like that my entire life. You know, I have a problem with like authority figures or people who are your boss or whatever talking down to you. At the end of the day, and this have been you can ask my parents. At the end of the day, you are no better than me. I don't care what your job title is. We all bleed the same. And when you leave that job, you're just another human being like me. So I deserve to be treated with respect, just like I'm gonna treat you with respect. I don't care what your job title is. there's a way that you can talk to somebody without belittling them and talking down to them. And I've been like that my entire life. And so my mouth has gotten me in trouble at times, but I stood up for us. And so me and my best friend got detention, and I didn't even care. We laughed about it. And it's still a teacher that we think about to this day. And we still like going, I wonder if she's still harassing students. So that's the one and only time I ever got a detention. But anyway, guys, I want to tell you guys about my story, my job interviews. So obviously I had a job interview today at 10:30 in the morning. And I had literally no idea what to wear because I haven't gone to an in-person interview since 2011. Like, since 2011, I have not gone to an in-person interview. So I'm like, what the heck do you wear? I don't have any outfits that are like business interviewee stuff. So I just wore a dress, like a super casual dress with like something like this on top of it, because I didn't know what else to wear, right? I just had no clue. Haven't done an interview in so freaking long. So we drive up to this golf course. Now this golf course, I drive up to this golf course. Now this golf course is located in a hotel. Like, it's connected to a hotel. And it's like a really, really nice hotel. And I was like, ooh, fancy. I pulled up to the security guard and I said that I had an interview with the person's name. And they said, okay, cool, go park in the parking garage. Now, I did not know, because I've never been to this resort before, that this parking garage is completely separated from the actual golfing, the golf clubhouse where the actual job is. I had no clue. So the golf course is on this side. The parking's on this side. Two opposite ends. I have never been to this resort before, mind you. Okay? Never have been. So I pull up and I park in this parking garage, and I was like, oh dear God, I have no idea where to go. I was completely lost, and oh my God, this is such a beautiful color. By the way, it's blending out beautifully. I'm gonna take the shade called Baby Tea here, and we're gonna blend that out on top. So anyway, I get to the main, I follow the signs to the main lobby, and when I get to the main lobby, I am like, I have no idea where I'm at. So I see a custodian, and I say, hi, I'm trying to find the golf course. Can you please direct me in the right location? And they said, I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about. And I went, okay, cool. So I was like, let me just follow signs, see what I can see. Maybe I can have some luck, whatever. And so I follow the signs. And again, I am being directed in different locations, because apparently this golf course name is the same as their spa and all this type of stuff. So I had no clue where I was going. So I see another worker, and I was like, hi, excuse me. That's such a pretty shade. That, see how easy that blends out? I was like, I'm trying to get to this location. Can you please direct me to the right location? And they said they spoke no English. And I said, okay. So at this point, it's getting to 10:28. So I somehow find myself at this pool area. And I asked one other person. I said, hi, I'm so sorry. I'm trying to get to this location. Can you please direct me where to go? We're going to go into the shade called Moody, and very lightly we're going to place that down. And they said, oh, I don't know where that's at. Sorry. And so at this point, I have been walking around, I'm not kidding, for almost 30 minutes trying to find where this damn freaking golf course is at. It's a big resort. I have no clue where I'm going. So I see a "You Are Here" sign. So I go up to it, and I see that I am on the complete opposite side of where I need to be. There is apparently a actual parking lot for the golf club, for the golf club. There's a completely parking lot, everything. I just had to go off in a different direction, but the security guard told me to go park in the hotel. So I was completely opposite direction, and I am like, oh my God, you gotta be kidding me, because it's 10:28. I am nowhere where I need to be. So I called the interview person to say, I'm so sorry, I'm lost, I was given the wrong directions, I'm gonna be a couple minutes late. But of course, they didn't answer their phone. So I did the next best thing. I called Corey, and I did the only logical thing that I thought to do.
Where are you? I'm in a glass case of emotion.
And I cried. I started to cry. And I was like, Corey, I'm lost. I don't know where I'm at. No one's being helpful. They won't direct me where I need to go. I don't know what to do. I'm running late for my interview. I have no idea where to go. I have no idea where to go. Nobody here knows how to freaking help us. I just want to leave. I just want to go home. This is a waste of my time at this point. This is a joke. No one's willing to be helpful whatsoever. So he's like, breathe. And so I'm just like, Like I'm upset. I am pretty upset, not gonna lie. I can't help it. I cannot help being upset. Okay, so while that's being laid down, we're gonna go into the shade called Jawbreaker right here. Jawbreaker. So he calms me down, and I once again called that number for the interview. Again, they did not answer the phone, so I was like, okay, well, I don't know what to do. So I walked the entire one way from the resort to the other side of the resort to the clubhouse, and I'm literally like at this point 15 minutes late, and I was like, well, I don't know what to do. Like, I was completely lost. I get up to the clubhouse and I ask for the person's name, and the first thing the retail worker said at the pro shop was, who? And I was like, you gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. You have got to be kidding me. And then a person walked out wearing like a golf uniform who worked there. I couldn't tell you what their position was. Could not tell you. Said, oh, you're looking for this person? I said, yeah. He goes, are you here for your interview? I said, yeah. He goes, oh, let me go ahead and take you there. He goes, hop on my golf cart. And I'm like, oh, this sounds like it's going to go somewhere great, right? So I hop in the golf cart with a stranger, and they take me to where I need to go for the interview. And then the person waved at me, made me sit in a conference room for another like 5-6 minutes before they brought me in for the interview. And then the interview went really well, and I apologized for being late, and I kind of explained the situation, and they were like, I don't even know what you're talking about, like what area you were referring to. I've never been to the resort side and whatnot. And so the interview went really well. I'm not entirely sure if this would be the exact job for me at the end of the day in terms of like hours and stuff, because the bar cart shifts are from 8 to 8, so they're all day. They're not like a half day shift. They're literally from 8 to 8. So it does kind of conflict with like YouTube, but we're going to see. I'm gonna see what they end up offering and what type of availability they're looking for and like hours they're looking for. But that is what they did tell me. If that's a job that I was interested in, I would have to expect working from 8 to 8, 12-hour shift. Regardless if it's raining or not, you still have to work, is what they said. They said they do not close. So there is that. So yeah, it was a very like stressful interview. Needless to say, because I was just kind of like emotional because I just didn't know what to expect. I was a little nervous, and then just to be given directions going all the different places, like you have got to be kidding me. This is just, it was scary. It was really, I was so nervous. I was so nervous, and I was by myself, and I just, yeah. At least when I interviewed at Animal Kingdom, it's a very easy directions of how to get there. This was just complicated for no reason. A book right here, and we're gonna put that right next to it. Like I said, little really easy like sweetheart look or like sugary look, because I just figured why not do a mix of both and kind of show how versatile this palette can be. Now I will say this palette definitely is for the more color loving person like myself. If you are definitely more into noodles, this might not be for you, but you can definitely make it work for like very easy eye looks like this. It'd be like something super pretty, very easy to do. Now for the other eye look, we're gonna go into the shade called 1995 right here. Now I will say the only thing that was a little troubling is that I'd never worked on a golf course before, right? Last time I went golfing was when I was a kid with my dad, and the guy in the interview told me that I have to be okay to be essentially harassed by men. A lot of old men on the golf course are going to sexualize me. They may make remarks towards me, and I have to make sure I can handle myself. I mean, he did say that if anyone made me feel uncomfortable, he has no problem kicking people out of the golf course, but I have to pretty much be able to handle my own and could be able to handle lewd marks coming my way or just them treating me a certain way. And you know, I'm 33. I can handle a gross man here or there, but I was kind of like, oh gosh, like, am I allowed to be sassy back? And they're like, yeah, you're absolutely allowed to be sassy back. No worries. I'm like, what happens if they complain about me? They're like, well, they're going to complain about you if you're sassy back to them, but I'm going to have your back. And that's what I really need, someone to have my back. But I just wasn't expecting that. I mean, I guess I should have, you know, because men drinking on a golf course, I guess I should have. But I was at the same time just, I guess, wasn't expecting that during the interview. I don't know. It was very weird. Like I said, I haven't had an in-person interview since Animal Kingdom back in 2011. So it was very, like, took me by surprise. But it was a really pretty golf course. Like, I got to see just a little bit of it. Very pretty. But it's like 3 different golf courses in one. So, like, I'd be working at 3 different locations in one. So we'll see what ends up happening, but I'll definitely let you guys know. But yeah, I told you guys I wasn't going to be here today, but surprise, we are. And I just had to tell you guys about the interview experience because I just was not expecting it. Just to go down the way it is. I didn't expect to cry, okay? I didn't expect to cry, but I got lost and I got scared and I just wanted to call Corey and be like, I don't want to do this. Oh, that was stressful. Speaking of crying, I'm going to go into the shade called Ironic right here. I got randomly, I don't know if you guys follow me on Instagram. If you don't, you guys really, really should. I don't post as much on my stories, but I really want to. But I got a box of flowers delivered to my door this afternoon, and me and Corey were like, who sent me flowers? I was like, who has my address? Well, it was from Petco. They were sending me flowers to say that they were so sorry to hear about the passing of my cat, Jace. Now, that was a very, very, very sweet gesture on their part. But I couldn't help but to laugh, not because it's funny, because it's not funny. It's a sad situation. However, I laughed only because Jace passed away in January. And they're sending me flowers like 2 days before July to be like, we're so sorry to hear of your passing. I'm like, wait a minute, like, what? This is like 6 months later and you guys are now sending me flowers? It was a little confusing, you know what I mean? Like, what? Very weird moment. Now we're gonna go into the shade called Combat Boots. Don't know if this is gonna work out, but we're gonna try it. Combat Boots right here. I have to say, you know, one of the things I miss about like my childhood and going to in the 90s was that I used to be part of this program called Extended Day. I don't know if they still do it, but my parents used to put me in it from since I was in kindergarten all the way up through 5th grade. And, you know, at the time I absolutely hated it because, you know, who wants to be like essentially like in a daycare after school? But looking back on it now, I had so many different amazing experiences because of Extended Day. And one of the things that they used to take us to all the time on a field trip was to skate reflections here in like Kissimmee area, and I absolutely loved skate reflections. I had so much fun being able to rollerblade, being able to like skate and you know, play red light, green light. I got to meet different like schools at that time. It was just a lot of good memories. And you know, so funny is that I thought about for my 30th birthday, like renting out skate reflections for my 30th birthday and do like a 90s themed birthday party. But that ended up not working out because it was like right before COVID. So I think I'm gonna do that for like my 40th birthday, like rent out like skate reflections and like try to like a 90s themed birthday party. I feel like that'd be so fun. Like just the memories of it. You know what I mean? I like never use black and I don't know how well this is going to blend, but we're going to make this work as best as I can. All right, then I'm going to go into the shade called Teen Spirit. Love this shade name, by the way, and it's a really, really pretty color. I don't know if I'm doing a grunge look right. Like I said, I didn't wear makeup at that time in the 90s, so I couldn't tell you. But I'm just going to do something kind of dark and what I think would be grungy. And I'm also going to do a matte lip. Y'all, I never do matte lips, but I distinctly remember everybody having like matte lips in the 90s. Right? And before we're blending, we're going to go into a shade called Grungy right here. And we're going to see how well this like looks. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do black eyeliner for this side because I feel like that was definitely like the style back then was to wear like really like grungy eyeshadow, black eyeliner, and like really just kind of like go for it. The only thing I am noticing is that this one particular shade right here, Teen Spirit, I feel like it's a little patchy. It's not really wanting to stay to my lid that much, and every time I try to blend like a shimmer on top of it, it does kind of lift just a tiny bit. So hopefully it's just my fault and not the actual shadow, because this side performed really, really nicely. So okay guys, so this is what we have right now. I'm gonna throw on some lashes, put on my full face, and then I think for underneath, I think I'm just gonna do the same colors that I did on top underneath. I think I'll just start off with black right here and smoke it out with the green, and then right here I'm just gonna do like a deep purple and kind of smoke it out with the lighter purple, just the same colors that we used. But I will show you guys same colors that we used. So I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna give you guys my first impressions of this palette. So to finish off the eye looks, I actually went in with a black liner in this one because I obviously like grungy, smoky, and then for this eye I did go in with like a really like light ColourPop gel liner. I told you guys I'm gonna start switching things up. But for inner corner, I want to actually use the Blend Bunny Cosmetics is the Noctilucent highlighter palette. I'm actually gonna use the shade called Apparition right here. We're gonna use this for the inner corner and brow bone on this eye. It's just such a gorgeous highlight. Like, let me show you guys like what it looks like. Like, look at this right here, right? I mean, my God, it's gorgeous. And I feel like it's just going to complement like this beautiful like purpley eye look so nicely. So we're going to take this, we're going to start to put this here in the inner corner. Like so pretty. Okay, then for this eye, we're going to go into the shade called Transient right here. Another gorgeous shade. Like, tell me that's not beautiful. We're going to place this right here. Okay, so I'm gonna go throw on a matte lip and then I'm gonna come back and, like I said, give you guys my first impressions on this palette. All right, guys, and this is the final look. Okay, so first off, it feels so weird to just have like a matte lip. Like my lips right now feel so dry and I'm just trying so hard not to like lick them. I know that this was like all the rage in the 90s. I know that this was like all the rage, like a nice matte lip. At least I think it was. If I'm wrong, I do apologize. But anyway, this is the final look right here. We do have two different eye looks. We have like the sugary, we have like the sugar side and then the grunge side right here. I'm not gonna lie, I think both looks are really, really beautiful. I could definitely see myself rocking just the sweet look and wear this every single day and be so happy with it. But I also really do love the grunge look as well because I just find it to be like so smoky, so sultry, like so sexy. I really, really love that eye look right there. And I just think that it's just a really, really beautiful overall eye look. So here we have the Blend Bunny Cosmetics. This is the Sugar and Grunge palette. And I have to say, one, I think the packaging is super, super freaking cute. I love the sugar and spice. I love it. I think it's adorable with like the roses, the green. You have like the grunge looking like grungy, but then the sugar looking so sweet. And then you open the inside, you do have those beautiful 24 shades that represent the 90s, a throwback of sugar and grunge, and I just think it's an overall really, really, really gorgeous palette. The shades that I worked with, I had absolutely no issues with. I did take the shade called Candy, and I also used that to help blend the underneath right here. So I only did use pretty much like 2 rows. I didn't get a chance to play with like fully, I didn't get a chance to play with like the gray right here or these like kind of like red shades. I didn't get a chance to play with it. But I have to say, if you guys have ever tried out any Blend Bunny Cosmetics palettes before, you guys know the quality is there in terms of formula. The quality is there. The mattes are incredible. So are the shimmers. So it really just kind of all depends upon your color taste, whether or not you guys think that this color story is for you. I personally find it to be very, very beautiful. And I could definitely see myself using this time and time again, especially to recreate probably the grungy side. Like I can see myself recreating this nonstop. I just love like the sexiness of it. I don't know. There's like something so just like, I just love it. I love a good like smoky green grungy look. I think it's beautiful. So I think that Maggie did such a beautiful job with this color story. I love the shade names in here. And I just think overall, it really does capture the essence of sugar and grunge. And I think it's so cute. I really do enjoy this palette. So like I said, this is going to be launching this Friday, June 30th at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 1 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You guys can use code Allie, save you guys 10% off. It does retail for $41. The Primal palette, if it's still available, retails for 50% off right now. This palette and everything else I wear on my face down below, just in case you guys want to check this out. But I think this is such a beautiful, beautiful color story. And if anyone out there is a 90s baby or you grew up in the 90s, let me know what you guys think about this. Let me know, is this like bringing you back memories the way it does me? Let me know. But yeah, guys, that is it for today's video. I'm sorry this video is probably like all over the place. I really wasn't expecting to film today, but this showed up and I was like, oh my gosh, I have got to film with this palette. So if you guys do not know, I will be doing a follow-up with this palette at the end of July to really give you guys my final thoughts. But based upon first impressions, I think it's a beautiful palette. I'm really intrigued by the color story. Really love the looks that I created. I definitely want to create more looks using this palette for you guys. So yeah, that is it for today's video, guys. If you guys enjoyed today's video, please make sure you guys give this video a cheeky thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you guys have not already, because I do post 4 to 5 videos every single week. Make sure you guys head over to my other channel. It's R for the Life. You guys get to see my cool, wonderful adventures, my amazing husband, Corey. And as always, the biggest thank you goes to these beautiful, wonderful Patreon members you guys see right here. Thank you guys so much for everything. And to my subscribers and viewers, thank you guys so much for being here. Whether you guys like this video, you guys thumbs down this video, you guys subscribed, you guys did not subscribe, either way, thank you guys so much for being here. I love and appreciate each and every single one of you. So with that said, guys, I love you, and I'll see you guys in my very next video.